This is a rice review. There are 4 reasons rice is a beneficial food, probably more, but 1, it's affordable. 2, very versatile. 3, it's a great source of carbohydrates. And 4, it's very easy to store. Remember the 3 parts of the grain. 1 is the endosperm, the very large center part. Then you have the germ, which is the reproductive part. And third, you have the bran, which is the outer coating. White rice is basically the endosperm of the rice kernel. It's the very starchy white center part. Brown rice, the hull, which is even outside of the bran, has been removed, but the rice kernel still contains the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. So brown rice is the more complete form of the grain. It's high in fiber, has a nutty flavor, and does take longer to cook than white rice. There are two classifications of rice: long grain and short grain. Long grain are dry and fluffy. They're a longer kernel, and they're best for side dishes. Your short grain is small. It's about as short as it is round, small and sticky, and it's best for puddings and risotto and even sushi. It's where you want a really sticky consistency. Within the rices, there's several different types. One is converted or parboiled. Uncle Ben's is a popular converted rice. It increases the nutritional value and shelf life because the process is to partially boil it and then dry it to force nutrients from the bran into the inner parts of the grain. There's also instant or pre-cooked rice, which is pre-cooked and dried before packaging. An example would be minute rice. You also have wild rice, which really is a seed of a grass and not necessarily a rice, but it has a nut-like flavor, takes a long time to cook, and it's also often mixed with long grain white rice. One of the reasons rice is so popular all around the world is because it does have a very long shelf life. White rice can be stored up to 1 year. Wild rice and brown rice, usually it's best to just store it up to about 6 months. To cook rice, it is 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, and you cook it for about 20-25 minutes until the water has been absorbed, and 1 cup of rice will yield 3 cups of cooked rice. The only time this would change is if you're using minute rice. Minute rice is 1 cup rice to 1 cup water, and that will only yield 2 cups of cooked rice. The cooking steps are: you bring the water to a boil, stir in your 1 cup of rice, stir it once, cover, reduce the heat to simmer for approximately 20 minutes until all the water is absorbed. Shut off the heat and let it stand for about 5 minutes. Fluff the rice before serving. Often rice is labeled enriched. Any product that's labeled enriched, it means when nutrients are put back into a product that were lost during the processing, especially the B vitamins and iron when it comes to grains. These are the nutrients that are added back into grains. So if the rice is labeled enriched, it probably has had these nutrients added back in: thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin, which are all B vitamins, and then iron and folic acid. The function of thiamine: it helps the body to get energy from foods. It breaks down carbohydrates. It aids in normal appetite and digestion and promotes a healthy nervous system. So you can see why it's important that we have the thiamine in these grain products. Riboflavin helps break down carbohydrates, helps cells use oxygen, and keeps skin, tongue, and lips normal. Niacin helps cells use other nutrients, keeps the nervous system, mouth, and skin healthy, and keeps your digestive tract healthy. Iron combines with protein to form hemoglobin, a protein pigment found in red blood cells, and it helps take oxygen from the lungs to other cells in the body. Folic acid helps produce normal blood cells and helps prevent birth defects of the brain and spinal cord. All of these nutrients, it's a good thing that these products are enriched and they have put these things back because they all have some positive benefits. To make your rice even more nutritious, instead of using just water to cook it in, you could add broth like chicken broth, beef stock, vegetable broth instead of water, or you can use milk to make the rice. And by doing that, you're adding nutrition and flavor to the rice. Hope this video has helped you understand a little bit about all the different types of rice and all the different options that you have, from short grain, long grain, brown, white, enriched, converted, minute rice. So many different options.